It was a Tuesday. The sun was shining, the birds were chirping, and Lily was enjoying a big, yummy pancake. Everything was just right, until it wasn't. Lily reached for the pantry door, craving more syrup. As her hand neared the doorknob, something odd happened. The doorknob wiggled, then it jiggled. Lily blinked. Did that really happen? She glanced at her cat, Bartholomew, but he was too busy with spilled milk to notice. Lily tried again, reaching slowly. The shiny, brassy doorknob wiggled again, then giggled. A tiny, tinkly tee-hee-hee. Lily yanked her hand back. Doorknobs don't giggle. Suddenly giggles echoed from every room. The living room doorknob, tee-hee-hee, wiggle-jiggle. The bathroom, hee-hee-ho-ho, wiggle-wiggle. Even the front door's big handle let out a booming ha-ha-ha and danced a cha-cha. Lily peered out the window. Doorknobs all over town were alive. Mrs. Higgins's doorknob spun like a top. The mailman's mailbox knob bopped him on the nose. Boop tee-hee! Every doorknob in Snickerdoodle was wiggling, jiggling, giggling, and dancing. The bakery doorknob tangoed with the open sign. The library doorknob shushed itself, then giggled. Was it a disaster or a party? Lily wasn't sure. All she knew, she couldn't get her syrup. And a pancake without syrup is just a sad, flat circle. This was a problem. A big, wiggling, giggling problem. Lily stared at the doorknob, which seemed to stare back. What was going on? The whole town was in chaos. Lily needed to do something. But what? Lily stood in her hallway, hands on her hips. The bedroom doorknob did the worm. The closet knob played peekaboo. It was chaos. How could anyone get anywhere? Doorknobs are supposed to open doors, not dance. But these doorknobs were on strike. A giggling, dancing strike. Lily tried to grab the front doorknob, but it slipped away, whistling like a leaky balloon. People were stuck inside and out. The mayor was trapped in his office, his doorknob singing opera. The baker couldn't bake, the firefighters couldn't reach their trucks, and the ice cream man was trapped with melting ice cream. Something had to be done. But who could talk to doorknobs? Lily decided she had to try. She looked at the pantry doorknob, now humming a tune. Excuse me, Mr. Doorknob, could you please stop dancing? I really need syrup. The doorknob just wiggled and giggled. Asking nicely wasn't enough. They needed an expert, someone who understood silly problems. Lily took a deep breath. She was a problem solver. She would find help, somehow. Who do you call when doorknobs start dancing? Not the police, not the firefighters. You call Professor Phileas Gigglesworth. He lived in a house shaped like a giant question mark and wore a yellow coat with purple polka dots, a propeller hat, and wiper glasses. Lily needed him, but the phone was behind a dancing doorknob. So, Lily climbed out the window and hurried down the street, dodging, bouncing, and rolling doorknobs. She reached the question mark house and knocked. The professor's doorknob was juggling bells. The door swung open. Lily, I've been expecting you. My peculiarity detector is buzzing. Smells like giggling metal. He grabbed a feather-covered net. A classic case of spontaneous doorknob dance-itis. Come, Lily. The town needs us, and the ice cream is melting. Together, they marched off, ready for action. The professor explained, doorknobs are usually serious, but if they get bored, they build up giggle gas. And when it escapes, well, you get a town full of dancing doorknobs. First step, said Professor Gigglesworth, catch one. Study its wiggles. Decode its giggles. He spotted a red toy store doorknob bouncing like a pogo stick. The professor lunged with his feather net. Swoosh! But the doorknob flipped away, giggling. They tried the bank's vault doorknob, spinning and singing about money. Lily and the professor lunged from both sides, bonk, and landed on the sidewalk as the doorknob laughed. Chasing doorknobs was harder than it looked. Every time they got close, the doorknob spun or wiggled away. The whole town was on a wild doorknob chase. Professor Gigglesworth sat on the curb, thinking. They don't want to be caught, he said. They want to play. We're trying to stop the fun, when we should be trying to understand it. Lily nodded. Maybe there was another way. They needed a new plan, one that involved listening. Professor Gigglesworth brushed off his pants. Lily, we've been rude. Lily frowned. But we're trying to help. Is it polite to throw a net over someone having fun? The professor asked. Lily shook her head. We haven't listened. The doorknobs are expressing themselves with wiggles and giggles. He pointed to the bakery doorknob, now swaying and humming. Let's listen, he said. They leaned in, hearing the gentle hum. Lily imagined being a doorknob, turned, pulled, pushed all day. Maybe they just wanted a break. Maybe they wanted to have fun. I think they're tired of being just doorknobs, Lily whispered. The professor beamed. Brilliant! They want to be appreciated. They want someone to notice their dance. The doorknobs weren't being bad. They were putting on a show. No one had stopped to applaud. It was time to change that. Maybe if they showed appreciation, the doorknobs would calm down. Lily had an idea. If they want appreciation, let's give them the grandest applause, declared Professor Gigglesworth. He pulled out a rainbow-colored, giggle-inducing tickle feather. We can't force them to stop. We'll give them so much fun, they'll get all their giggles out. He handed the feather to Lily. Lily approached her front door, where the doorknob was still cha-chaing. That's a nice dance, she said playfully. The doorknob wiggled with pride. Lily gently tickled it with the feather. Tickle, tickle. The doorknob erupted in a huge, booming laugh, shaking and rattling with joy. She tickled it until finally it was still and quiet, just a doorknob again. Lily turned it. Click! The door opened. It worked, cheered the professor. Soon everyone in town was tickling doorknobs. Laughter filled the air as the great doorknob dance party came to a happy, ticklish end. The town was saved. By day's end, every doorknob in Snickerdoodle was back to normal. The baker baked, the firefighters were ready, and Lily finally got her syrup. It was the best pancake ever. That night, as her dad tucked her in, he turned the doorknob with a smooth click. It's nice to have the doorknobs working again, he said. They weren't bad, Dad, Lily explained. They just wanted to play. Her dad smiled. We never really think about doorknobs, do we? From that day on, people were kinder to their doorknobs, polishing them, saying please and thank you, and sometimes giving them a secret tickle. The doorknobs never danced all day again, but sometimes, late at night, you might hear a tiny, happy tee-hee from a dreaming doorknob. Lily learned an important lesson. Sometimes when something seems naughty, it might just want to be heard. A little kindness and listening and maybe a tickle can solve even the wiggliest, giggliest problems. And that's a lesson for more than just doorknobs. The town of Snickerdoodle would never forget the day the doorknobs danced. And neither would Lily. The end. Optional, fade out on a doorknob giving one last tiny giggle. Optional, credits roll with cheerful music. Optional, thank you for watching, appears on screen.